Join the Country Club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today.
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, everybody in Braves country. I know this is one of these games that's going to be, I don't expect a whole lot of traffic here today because it is the breakout game, but I felt like this is the game we needed to do. It's going to be fun to see some of these guys that we have not seen. This is the prospect game, our prospects versus the Boston Red Sox prospects. And we'll get more into what these guys are, who these guys are as the game goes along. But Owen Murphy is going to begin as your starting pitcher. Now, they haven't really laid out who is going to pitch at what time and whatnot, but I expect to see a lot of our top prospects pitch. I expect a lot of our top hitters to get several at-bats. And real quick, we're going to go over the starting lineup real quick because as the lineup is set up right now for the Atlanta Braves, we are going to have, let me pull this up. Okay. Guanipa is going to be in center field. Nacho Alvarez, who we've seen a bunch this spring, he's going to be batting second and playing short. We're going to get to see him at his true position. We've kind of seen him all over the infield, but we'll get to see him at his true position. Drake Baldwin, we've seen a lot of him, and I'm very impressed with him. Definitely think he's a catcher that they can groom and be ready to not take over the starting role from Sean Murphy, don't get me wrong on that, but be the guy that gets the at-bats when Travis d'Arnaud steps aside. And this could be his last year. He's kind of hinted that he's maybe at his end, but he may come back for that one last year. Regardless, Drake Baldwin, young kid, looking forward to see him. We got Drake out in right field. We got Luke Waddell. We've seen him a ton in second base. And we've also got a lot of other guys that we're going to see today. Kilpatrick, who we've seen quite a bit of. And we'll just see how it plays out as far as who they put in the game. I'm excited for this game. For the Red Sox side of it, the Red Sox, they have Anthony, Mayer, Teal, Raphael. Raphael is a guy to pay attention to. He's batting cleanup. He's their center fielder. They are talking about the fact that he could be playing some infield because if you remember, Vaughn Grissom was traded to Boston for the Chris Sale deal, right? Well, Vaughn Grissom is going to start out on the IL. It's a very, very minor injury, but he is going to start out on the IL. And so with that being said, we're going to have a lot of really cool stuff going on with seeing the player. Essentially, this kid that they're talking about for the Boston Red Sox that's going to be playing center field today, he's essentially going to fill in for Vaughn Grissom at second base while he is out. So we'll get to see Rafael, and I do know that they're really big on this Raphael kid, or Raphael, excuse me. Hickey is their DH, Blaise York, Jordan at first, Madroth at at third. And their starting pitcher today is Gonzalez. We're going to talk about all these guys as the game goes along. Can't cram it all into the pregame show, and I've got to do some last-minute stuff here before the game starts. So obviously, that'll get going here in a second. But just wanted to kind of give you a heads up. Now, if you're wanting to watch the game along with the stream, and you're like, dude, I've got the MLB cast, and I'm not seeing the game anywhere. Well, I don't know what the hell MLB is doing, but they're not doing their job. They say they want to grow the game, and then this game is not available on the MLB app. But you can do what I did. Go to Fubo, and I think the other one is Direct TV Stream. Sign up for their 7-day free trial. I know Fubo's got the 7-day free trial. I could be wrong about Direct TV Stream. Sign up for their 7-day trial. Watch the game because it's only available on MLB Network. From my understanding, if you're in the Boston area, it's available on Nesson. But when they first announced this, they said it was going to be on on Boston Nesson. Well, that has always meant that that's going to be on the MLB app, but I don't see it anywhere. So I looked all morning, and finally I decided to sign up with the Fubo. If you do decide to stick with the Fubo, by the way, I think they've got like a $20 off your first month type of thing going on right now. But I essentially don't need the Fubo. I do YouTube TV as my stream, and they don't have the MLB network. They fell out of favor with each other. That contract got killed about a year ago, and I haven't seen MLB network since. Haven't really missed it a whole lot. There's not a whole lot on there except for the games that you can get on the MLB TV, but that's where we're at on that. So if that's what you're looking at, you're like, how am I going to watch this game and listen along? You're going to get it on basically a free trial, or maybe you already have MLB Network. If you already have MLB Network, ignore everything I just said because you already got the game. But we're going to get ready for this game. I'm looking forward to this. Now, later on tonight, there's a game, Braves and Pirates, and most of your starters will be in that one. But this has been the showcase game. For those of y'all who may not be familiar with it, it was a 3-day deal that they're doing where every team is going to play their prospects against another team's prospects. So it was in 3 days, but you only get the one game. So this is the only prospect game. Unfortunately, they're not putting it on the MLB TV. Really, really stupid on their part. The fact you're trying to grow the game, and this is the game that you leave out, really dumb considering the fact that you got March Madness. All the tournaments are coming on. And if you take off the viewing audience, well, they're just going to flip over to March Madness. But we're here for you. If you don't feel like doing all that, sign up. We will still bring you the radio play-by-play. So get yourself a cold one, get you something to eat, and get ready for Braves versus Red Sox, the spring breakout, or if you're not familiar with that term, it's the prospects game. Our top prospects against their top prospects, and I have found conflicting arguments on who our top prospects are, and we're going to talk about that because I've got, obviously, you can imagine, I get all the inside stuff and all the I'm signed up for all the baseball analysis, and I've noticed that some of the guys that are ranked much higher, much lower, and we can debate that. Members, welcome in. If you sign up, by the way, the first month is free, so join in. After that, it's only $2.99 a month, so we're talking about 10 cents a day to help support the channel, and we're working hard to bring you new stuff, and we're going to talk more about what we've got in store for the members. And you should be noticing some really cool gifts that you can that only members have access to, and your badges are new. I was able to edit those this week and found better options than the original ones we had. All right, we'll see you in a moment, y'all. Braves, Red Sox, the prospects game. It's the only game that we'll get this year like this, so it should be a fun one. We'll be back in a flash. Join the country club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could, but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary, and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season, and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have, and the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
A room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Green. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
You're in Braves country.
We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball. Welcome in, Braves country. We are set for the first pitch, and it is on the way from Gonzalez, and it's right there for a strike at the knee. No, they call it low for a ball. That was a bad call. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, fastball up top. High cheese, it's 1-1. Braves and Red Sox prospects game. We'll get into that as we go along here, getting used to all the bells and whistles as we had to bring this game up a little different than we normally do. The 1-2 pitch from Gonzalez. Kicks and deals, swing and pops it up high in the sky into deep left field. The catch will be made. Guanipo is down on a lazy fly ball. There's one away. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Braves in their dark blue tops, their spring training tops, gray pants. As the first pitch taken by Nacho Alvarez is up high for a ball. It's 1-0. Red Sox are in their bright red tops and white pants. The 1-0 misses high and out of the zone. 2-0. The 2-0. Fastball misses well inside, ball 3-0. So you'd hope that Nacho Alvarez would be taking the pitch here. The 2-0. Kicks and fires. Missed high, but called for a high strike. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Whoa! Almost takes his head off with the curveball that didn't curve, and that'll get the Braves their first base runner of the game. First pitch on the way to the left-hander. Drake Baldwin misses out of the zone. It's 1-0. Tried to do something different on their fan tool. I'm watching this off of MLB Network but it took me to the Rays game. Sorry for that pause. I was like, I don't think Fubo knows what they're doing. So already my free trial, I can see me killing this after the game. So a 1-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Gonzalez comes set, lets her go. Nowhere near the zone. 2-1. The 2-1. Gonzalez once again looks in. Raises the glove. He's going to turn around and flip it over to first to keep Nacho Alvarez close by. Once again, if you're just joining us, this is the prospects game. More on the players here in 1 second. The 2-1 pitch misses high, ball 3-1. This is a 7-inning game, by the way. I think I failed to mention that. No 3-batter minimum for pitchers. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss up top. Strike 3. Drake Belden's down on strikes. Chased a fastball well out of the zone. And, of course, you're going to see lack of plate discipline from these young guys. Just like you're going to see a lot of other things that you normally wouldn't see in the majors. 2 outs, 1 on. The pitch on the way. Swung on. That ball is rifled, but a diving catch at third base, and that'll end the inning. Wow, what a play by the third baseman, the Boston Red Sox. More on that in a second. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball, the breakout game.
Hey, I know y'all do stuff different in Africa, but this ain't gonna fly in my American church. A South African pastor who claims to heal people by farting in their face claims he farts the Holy Spirit. Ain't no way. First of all, if you fart the Holy Spirit, I fart cash register sounds. Can't believe y'all letting that man sit down on y'all face. Y'all ain't scared of mist? Yeah, it goes through cotton. You can't even really see it. It's like a spooky dookie. Our people don't think. Not every day is gonna be a fart. But I can't see how y'all let them sit on y'all face after 2 or 3 sermons. You know you sweat on the pulpit. Now you smell like Holy Ghost nuts.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac Magee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
You're out of luck, because that's like all I got, dude. I'm like 95% cringe, and then it stops because I didn't have enough to get 100%. So it's just cringe, and that's on. Embrace the cringe!
The New York Yankees' first game was in Chicago.
The remarkable part was we go out there, and in the stands you see We Love New York, and we're in Chicago, and you know that, you know, in Boston they were playing New York, New York. That type of stuff just gave you goosebumps when you realized that it was just a country coming together. And our baseball was there to distract the people from, you know, thinking about the horrors that just went on.
Welcome back. Owen Murphy will take the mound for your Atlanta Braves. The first pitch on the way from the right-hander is swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Right-hander comes set, lifts his red glove and kicks and deals. Teardrop for a strike on the outer edge. 1-1. Looked like the curveball. The 0-2 pitch, down and in, tried to chase one inside, took a little off of it. 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Roman Anthony is the batter. The pitch on the way. Down and in. 2-2. You'll notice the graphic on your screen's not going to be very accurate. I think they're guessing. I don't think they actually have someone from the StatCast at the game. The 2-2 pitch just misses below the knees. Ball 3. So a 3-2 count. In fact, you see it on your screen that live is limited. Live data is limited for this game. The 3-2 from Murphy. Swung on, pops it up. High in the sky, not very deep. Drifting over, making a running catch. The left fielder for your Atlanta Braves, Kilpatrick. We saw him playing center the other day when the spring games went away. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Once again, this is a 7-inning prospect game. First pitch on the way from Murphy. It's down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. On the infield for your Atlanta Braves, it's Bunnell, Waddell, Alvarez at short, and at third base today, we've got Sabalas. Out in the outfield as the pitch is inside. Marcelo Meyer, the batter for the Boston Red Sox, the 1-1 pitch right there at the knees. Straight smoke. It's 1-2. In the outfield, it's Kilpatrick in left. In center field for your Atlanta Braves, Guanipa, remember, he was the leadoff hitter. The 1-2 pitch is swung on. High chopper, a one-hopper, hard hit, grabbed by the first baseman of your Atlanta Braves, Bunnell. Good defensive play tosses it to Murphy, who's covering the bag. A 3-1 put out, 2 down. That was a hard hit ball. The carom almost knocked him back into left field. Murphy comes set. The first pitch on the way is called for a wide outside strike to Kyle Teal, the catcher for the Red Sox. It's 0-1. Teal, 2023 in the minors, batted .323. The 1-1 pitch swung on, banged over towards the right-hand side, just fouled down the first base line. Man, Bunnell has his hands full today. A lot of work so far over there on the first base side. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. The 0-2 count. Kyle Teal, the left-handed catcher for the Red Sox. Pitch on the way, swung on, fisted into left field. Will that get down? Just in front of Kilpatrick. Takes a funny hop. Kilpatrick stays with it. He'll get the ball back into the infield. And there's 2 down, 1 on for the Red Sox. Nice piece of hitting. Kind of sawed him off, but he was able to stick with it. Murphy comes set. The first pitch on the way. Pops it up. Can of corn. Coming in. Making the catch in center is Guanipa, and that'll end the inning. So one gets on, but Murphy gets out of it. When we come back, the heart of the order here for the prospects game, Atlanta Braves versus the Red Sox.
Smoking meth and posting Bible quotes on Facebook does not make you a Methodist.
When I committed to Florida State, the things that happened to me and my family was unbelievable. Living in the state of Alabama, 35 minutes from Tuscaloosa. I mean, my mailbox getting beat down. Thank the Lord, Home Depot had these mailboxes you could stick in the ground. I still don't have grass that grows in my front yard at my hometown house. Somebody poisoned my grass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I smelled gasoline. Fans would send my grandmother hate mail. You going at grandma? Just because her grandson ain't going to Alabama?
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
With 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th inning, Derek Jeter came to bat.
Young Hun Kim trying to send this game to the 11th.
It was 4 minutes after midnight on November 1st.
Taking care of the first 2 here in the 10th. Jeter hits it into right. Back at the wall. Game over. Yankees win and the series is tied.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Righty-lefty matchup, down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Gonzalez still out there on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. The 1-0 pitch to Drake, the right fielder. Swing and a miss up top. 1-1. Yeah, no, I'm not doing a doubleheader of spring training baseball, Robert. That's a hard pass. The 1-1. Kicks and deals. Down and in. It's 1-2. Figure most people are going to be watching the bigger games in March Madness anyways. We are doing, as the 2-1 comes set, Gonzalez lets her go. High and out of the zone. 3-1. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. Straight gas on that one. It doesn't look like that they've got the guns out there, which is really strange for a breakout game, but he looks like he's throwing mid 90s at least, Gonzalez. The 3-2 pitch. Fastball misses high and out of the zone. Ball 4. So we get a leadoff walk going here on the top of the second. Remember, this is only a 7-inning game with the prospects. It'll move pretty quickly. First pitch on the way from Gonzalez. The fastball misses high and out of the zone. 1-0. Luke Waddell, the batter, the second baseman. He's played all over the infield. The 0-1 pitch. Down and out. 1-1. And on the play, Drake takes off and he steals second with ease. Remember also, Robert, all the games that we're doing are always on the front page of our YouTube page. So you can always check the schedule there. But the season will be here before you know it. In fact, Thursday morning, we're doing the games in Seoul, Korea. That's the MLB opening series. The 1-1 pitch to Waddell, wide and out of the zone, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Misses high, ball 3-1. There's going to be a little powwow on the mound between Gonzalez and their hind catcher. Even if the manager wanted to be in that conversation, he's being interviewed by their TV network, so he couldn't go out there if he wanted to. There's no telling what that knucklehead's droning on about. So a 3-1 count, runner on second after the stolen base by Drake. Kilpatrick stands on deck. Righty-lefty matchup. Shift to the right side of the infield. Inside, ball 4. So your Atlanta Braves. The baby Braves have runners on first and second. Nobody out. Kilpatrick, who has seen quite a bit of action in spring training with the big club, stands at the plate. In fact, he hit one out the other day when we were doing the game. First pitch on the way to Kilpatrick, a swing and a miss over the top. He didn't get cheated on that swing. It's 0-1. The 0-1. First and second, nobody out. Kicks and deals. Floats one in there for a strike. 1-1. Or 0-2, excuse me. The 0-2 pitch. Runner goes from second to third, and he will steal that base. What a huge jump. Kilpatrick they're sending the runners back to second base. Have to see the replay on that. Not quite sure why. So runners on first and second. Nobody out. The 1-2 pitch swung on and chopped foul off the plate. We'll do it again at 1-2. So those GIFs that we put in there, it doesn't look like that they're moving. I don't know if they're moving on your screen or not, but the idea behind it when we put them in is that chop is supposed to move, but I don't see it moving. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, taps that foul back behind the plate. Runners were on the go again. We'll do it again. So 1-2 count, 2 on, nobody out. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Baby Braves versus Baby Boston. This is your spring breakout game. The top prospects in the organization. The 1-2 pitch swung on and pops that foul. Owen Murphy, by the way, the kid that's pitching for the Braves right now, he's ranked by MLB Pipeline as the number 5 prospect for your Atlanta Braves. The 2-2 pitch is down and out. 1-2 pitch down and out, excuse me. It's 3-2. The 2-2 pitch swung on and lifted high in the sky, and I think we're going to get a doubled off. We are. Drake got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. That was some bad base running by Drake. He was going on the play, stopped, looked at the ball behind him, and took forever to decide to go back. He was just kind of goofy, skipping back and forth about 20 feet from third base, and that's just a young rookie mistake, and that's what you're going to see with these young kids that are still learning the game. When that ball got popped up, he should have immediately retreated back to second base where he could be back there in a split second. So instead, 2 down, runner on first. First pitch on the way to Diego Benitez. Down and away for a ball, it's 1-0. Benitez, 46 game last year in rookie ball, batted .261 with a .724 OPS. The 1-0 pitch misses high and out of the zone, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Pitch on the way. Ball 3-0. Yeah, that is a hard no. Wander Franco has not been playing in spring training. He's not allowed near the facility right now. So a 3-0 count. Runner on first. Swung on, and that ball is chopped over to second. Should be an easy play. It is. 4-3 put out, and that'll end the threat. So the Braves put the first 2 on, but get doubled off to kill the rally. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. The first pitch from Owen Murphy was outside the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0 pitch kicks and fires a right-hander fastball right down the pipe. Evens up the count at 1-1. Now we're going to talk about the difference between these prospect lists. Owen Murphy right now is looked upon as the 1-1 pitch, misses down and nowhere near the zone. 2-1. He's ranked number 5 behind A.J. Smith-Shawver, Herschel Waldrop, Schwellenbach, and J.R. Ritchie. The 2-1 pitch takes a hack. Chase one well out of the zone inside. Strike 2. So a 2-2 count. Nacho Alvarez is the top batter in this game for the Braves. Been really impressed with that young man this spring. The 2-2 pitch swung on, pops it up. Can of corn, making the catch. There's one away. F5 if you're scoring at home. That was the third baseman, Sabalas. Miguel Blyce comes to the plate for the Red Sox righty-righty matchup. Owen Murphy drifts a curveball down and in, 1-0. Luis Guanipa, he is the number 9 ranked, and Drake Baldwin the number 11 according to MLB Pipeline. Now, with that being said, Prospectus has it a little different. I tend to go by Baseball Prospectus. They're a little more detailed. The 2-0 pitch swung on, pops it back out of play. Do it again. They've got Herschel Waldrop as the number 1 prospect, and I would have to agree with that. As impressed as I've been with A.J. Smith-Shawver, Herschel Waldrop jumps off the page. In fact, I think he very well could be a part of the Braves' plans by the end of the season. And that's saying something, consider he was playing college ball just last year. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss over the top. It's 2-2. So a 2-2 count from Murphy. He lets her fly. Just looks like he grabbed to the outer edge, but did not get the call. Baldwin tried to frame it there. That was a nice pitch, just missed by just a bit. Full count, Murphy. The payoff pitch. Down and out, ball 4. So he got in front and then nibbled and got him in trouble. And the Red Sox, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. The rest of that top 10 for the Baseball Perspectives, it's Herschel Waldrop. Owen Murphy, who's pitching today, is the number 2 prospect. Considering the fact he started this game, you got to figure there's something to that. Ignacio Alvarez, who we've heard a lot about, is the number 3 prospect. A.J. Smith-Shawver, number 4. First pitch on the way to the right-hander is high and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Nick York batted .268 with 13 home runs in 110 games in Double-A ball last year in Portland. The 1-0 pitch right down the pipe for a strike. It's 1-1. Spencer Schwellenbach, I've heard quite a bit about. I've only seen him pitch a couple of times. He is the number 5 prospect. J.R. Ritchie, number 6. Guanipa is number 7. Hackenberg is the pitch on the way, and the runner's off to the races, and that's going to be an easily stolen base as the throw from Drake Baldwin was high and well left of the bag, or right of the bag if you're standing behind home. Good job by Luke Waddell to leap up and make sure that ball didn't make the outfield. The 1-2 pitch swung on and sawed off out of play. We'll do it again. Cade Kuehler is the number 9 prospect, and Drake Baldwin is number 10. The 1-2 pitch, outside wide, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, fouled straight back. We'll do it again. The runner was on the go, but he'll have to retreat back to second base. Isaac, as far as joining the country club, you just go on the front page. There's a join button. If you're on an iPhone, you would have to either go to I did notice that it is available if you go inside like Roku on YouTube, but on iPhones, they don't have that available for Google products, which YouTube is a Google product. So you'd have to go to either the desktop or you can go, I noticed it today, you can go to the front page on your Roku device. The pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is rifled into center field, cutting it off, and the run will score. York, good piece of hitting, just inside out of that ball, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0. So a pitch that was just kind of hung up there. Murphy going to try to clean that up a little bit. The first pitch on the way from Murphy is a fastball, swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Blaze Jordan, the hitter, batted .296 last year with 18 home runs, 86 RBI. So, yeah, Isaac, basically to become a member, you either it's a desktop, you hit the join button. As the 0-1 pitch is swung on, popped up, can of corn over into foul territory, making the catch. After fighting the sun is Bunnell, and there's 2 away. Man, Bunnell's been busy today. So the join button shows up on the home page, but you just can't see it on an iPhone. You can do it via your browser, or I did see it on the Roku app. If you use smart television. First pitch on the way to the number 9 hitter, Chase Mydroth, is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. He hit .271 with 9 home runs last year in single and double A combined, 111 games. The 2-0 pitch, high and out of the zone, ball 3. Yeah, it's a desktop, or like I said, you can also do it on, if you have an iPhone, off of Safari. The 2-0 pitch misses, ball 3. Runner goes, and Baldwin fires a bullet down to second base, and that was a good throw. He got him, and we'll be back in a flash. Nice throw by Baldwin. Braves trail 1-0.
You guys, I got on the scale this morning, and let me tell you, the armor of God is heavy. Isn't it great to know that he's always there?
I woke up today, I said, you know what? I'm going to look cute. I'm going to actually look like a girl. I'm going to put some makeup on. I decided to straighten my hair. Outfit trash. But you know what? We did the makeup. Class is canceled. So you mean to tell me I fought for my life for this eyeliner for nobody to see it?
Hey, I don't know who I need to talk to in order to put this in action, but I think buying groceries with no food stamps should help boost your credit score.
What is a random baby name that you 100% will be naming your kid no matter what your spouse says?
I'm going to name him Wussel, so people think he has a speech impediment.
In Game 6, Randy Johnson came through again for Arizona, and they beat New York 15-2 in Phoenix. In Game 7, for the third time, Curt Schilling started for Arizona. Roger Clemens again pitched for New York.
Curt Schilling, who last night guaranteed a victory, saying we're going to win. The chance of a lifetime for Luis Gonzalez. 2-2, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. Infield in, 1 out.
The one problem is Rivera throws
inside the left-handers, and left-handers get a lot of broken bat hits into the shallow part of the outfield. That's the danger in bringing the infield in with a guy like Rivera on the mound.
There's just enough time in baseball to see tragedy or triumph headed your way. Season's over.
The Diamondbacks are world champions.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way. Looks like that is Gonzalez. It is Gonzalez back out there for a third inning. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Wasn't sure how long they would have these prospects pitch. He's up to 39 pitches. The 0-1. Nice teardrop curveball right there. Looked like it might have been a touch below the knees, but he got the strike. It's 0-2. Regardless, it was a nice pitch. The 0-2 pitch swung on and fouls it high. Will it stay in play? It's bending. And it looks like it will stay in play. And he'll make the catch over there in left field. The camera kind of disappears over there in the corner. 1 down. Great job of staying with that is Blaze. Top of the third, 1 down. First pitch on the way. Down and away. For a ball, it's 1-0. We're at the top of the order again. Guanipa, center fielder, takes the 1-0 pitch way outside. Wide, actually hits the backstop. Just nicked off the glove of the hind catcher. It's 2-0. The 2-0. Rocks and fire. Swung on. That ball is rifled over towards shortstop, in deep into the hole, and it's going to be a 6-3 putout. Nice arm over there by the Red Sox prospect, top prospect, Mayer. And he's got a cannon. And Guanipa was flying down the line, and he you could tell he has a lot of faith in his arm because he actually stopped for a second to kind of regain himself, and then he just fired one over there. So Nacho Alvarez, my new favorite player, stands at the plate. Takes the first pitch down and away. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Going to call for a wide strike. I'm not sure about that one. He got the benefit of the doubt. The 1-1 out and away, about the same spot. Apologize, I didn't realize that the sign was still up there. The 2-1 pitch. Gonzalez nowhere near the zone, about eyebrow level. Ball 3-1. Good to see everybody in the chat. Hello, Isaac and Russell and Lane. The 3-1 pitch swung on. Chopper, comebacker, right back to the mound, and that'll end the inning. So the Braves 3 up, 3 down. We will head to the bottom of the third here in the prospect game. It's 1-0 Boston.
What are you doing? Excuse me? Are you really drinking a beer before work? You damn right I'm having a beer. What? Have you been to that job? No. Have you dealt with them idiots all day? No. Let me do me. Thank you.
Don't put your mouth on something that somebody else might touch. Not supposed to do that. Some germs are good for you. Lots of germs are bad.
Yeah, you're damn right I'm thick. Thick of not being appreciated.
I got a PSA, and this is for everybody that's already cutting their damn grass. Cause why is you cutting your grass? Huh? Well, listen here, damn it. I'm not doing it. I'm not cutting my grass. I don't care if it's 80 degrees. and beautiful out here. You hear me? I don't care. Because it was just 39 degrees this morning. I got on long sleeves. And I'm not cutting my grass.
When I said I like it rough, I did not mean my whole life, Jesus. I didn't. I didn't. Let's sit down and have a talk for just a minute, okay there, bud? Okay? No, this ain't gonna work, my boy.
The New York Yankees, the team much of America was rooting for, had lost. Several of their stars, including Tino Martinez and Scott Brocious, moved on or retired. It would be 8 years before they would win another championship.
It's just so sad saying goodbye to everybody. I went around the room and hugged everybody, and it was just a sad way to end our relationship, basically. Even though the memories were great, that night was about as sad as it gets.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to Murphy, from Murphy. Owen Murphy back out there. It's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The right-hander, 39th pitch of the afternoon, lets her fly. Swing, and fouls that straight back. It's 1-1. The 1-1 righty-righty matchup pitch. Whoa, high and out of the zone. 2-1. We've seen Murphy hang that curve quite a bit. He's got a nice fastball, but that secondary pitch is obviously a work in progress. The 2-1 pitch swung on, pops it up high and deep down the right field line, just bending out of play. Almost a really nice catch by the fan out there, about 4 rows back behind the netting. I think he might have a hole in his glove. So a 2-2 count. Nobody on to start the inning. Braves trail 1-0. Midget, the third baseman, the batter. The 2-2 swung on, pops it back out of play. Do it again. I see Lane join the country club. The 2-2 pitch swung on, and that ball's going to get roasted into center field, down for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for the Red Sox. Welcome to the country club, Lane. Good to see you as well, Ryan. Righty-lefty matchup, runner on first. Once again, y'all, this is only a 7-inning game because it's the prospects game. Top prospects for the Braves, top prospects for the Red Sox if you're just joining us. They're only doing this once a spring. Every team gets an opportunity for this. I think it's a pretty good thing they're doing. They just need to do a better job of showcasing it on the MLB app. The 0-1 is high and out of the zone, 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Misses high, 2-1. Boston 1, Atlanta 0, bottom of the third inning. Red Sox in their red jerseys with the blue, navy blue Red Sox written across the chest, outlined in white. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. High cheese inside, 2-2. I can tell you this, I'm ready for the regular season to begin. The regular season games are so much easier to do than these games. It is unbelievable the lack of information that you get on these players. The 2-2 from Murphy. Raises that red glove and lets her go down and in. Good block by Baldwin. It's a full count. So a full count. Medrith is dancing back and forth. He might go on this pitch even with no outs. Braves outfield playing fairly deep. The full count. Inside, ball 4. So Murphy is now walked as the lineup flipped over. The top of the lineup, Anthony will head down. Meyer will be the batter. We saw him make a really good defensive play to start the last inning. As far as the Braves players that are in this game that you really want to keep an eye on, Nacho Alvarez at short, Drake Baldwin. I think he's the heir apparent when Travis d'Arnaud finally retires. He will be the man playing platoon along with Sean Murphy. Drake in right. I'm a big fan of Kilpatrick. He's just very athletic. The first pitch on the way from Murphy is a fastball, misses, and he did not like that call. He gave that look to the ump like, where did I miss? He better watch it. The last thing you want to do is get kicked out of the prospect game. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. It's 1-1. That's like getting kicked out of the bar on your 21st birthday. It's like, buddy, you just got here. Don't get kicked out. So a 1-1 count. Welcome in, Nathaniel. The 1-1 pitch, swung on, foul back out of play. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 count, 2 on, nobody out. Murphy at 52 pitches. From my understanding, around the 60 range is where you're going to look at for another pitcher to come in. The pitch on the way, swung on, fouled back, and it is going to get drift just out of the reach of play. Goes into about the second row, that little crevice between third base and left field. Yeah, Nathaniel, I hate losing Vaughn Grissom, but I'm excited to watch Chris Sale. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, foul back out of play, 2-2. Really came down to there was nowhere to put him, and it didn't seem like that they had any interest in keeping him around to play left field. I don't know if he just wasn't catching on defensively. The 1-2 pitch, swing, and bangs it off his instep. We'll do it again. Vaughn Grissom, for you Braves fans who haven't paid attention, he is actually not going to start the season with the Red Sox. He is going to be put on the IL. They don't expect him to miss long. He had like a groin strain, probably missed the first week or so. But the kid that's playing center field for the Red Sox today is expected to fill in at that spot. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, fouls it straight back. We'll do it again at 1-2. Rafaela, the center fielder, the Red Sox skipper the other day mentioned him being in the mix. So evidently they've got another Mookie Betts, a kid that can play all over the place and at the top of the lineup. The 1-2 pitch on the way, curveball, caught, looking, strike 3. Nice pitch there. That one absolutely buckled his knees. It was a high hanger, but he pulled the trigger at the right moment. He's been sitting on that fastball and fouling it back. He just could not pull the trigger. Hey, Rebel, we see you in here. So 2 on, 1 out. The first pitch on the way is rifled into right field, and that's going to get deep into right field. Cutting the play off is the Atlanta Braves right fielder Drake. He'll keep it to just 1 run, but it's going to be a double, second and third with 1 out. That was an absolute rocket. He was sitting dead red and got it right in his wheelhouse. Murphy might be fortunate that it didn't go further than that. A lot of topspin. Hope everybody's enjoying your St. Patrick's Day weekend. I can't wait to get me something cold later on tonight. I got so much work I have to do tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to do the festivities tomorrow, so I think I'm going to. I've already got my corned beef cooking in the cooker. I know that shocks everybody that a McGee is already cooking his corned beef, but that's the way it's going down. It looks like we are going to get a pitching change, so it was right at that 55-60 range. When we come back, we'll introduce the new pitcher. Your Atlanta Braves trail 2-0 here in the Baby Braves versus Baby Boston. Welcome back. If I can get that music to stop. It's going to be Halligan coming into the game. He fires the first pitch, and it's called for a strike to Rafaela, the kid I've been talking about that's going to expected to play the infield for the Red Sox while Vaughn Grissom's on the IL. First pitch on the way. The 0-1 on the way, excuse me. Down and away, it's 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Runners on second and third. The ball swung on, lifted high and deep, going back on the track. That ball is gone. Man, oh man, you can see now why they are big on this kid, Rafaela. He hit an absolute missile into left center field. I wish they had stat track for these spring games so we know how far it fly, but that was well over 400 feet. I'll just put it that way. Man, oh man alive. Impressive swing by that kid. So Halligan comes in and gives up the 3-run bomb. The next pitch on the way, swung on, popped up high in the sky. Fighting the sun is Guanipa. There's 2 away. So it looked like Ryan has joined the country club as well. Pitch on the way from Halligan. To the right-handed bat of Bills is right there for a strike. It's on 1. The 0-1 pitch. Rocks and fires down and in. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Nobody on, 2 out. 4 across the board. The pitch on the way. Whoa. Wild pitch. Kicks to the backstop after it glances off the glove of Baldwin. Five nothing your score. The 2-1 pitch banged off the plate inside, 2-2. So a 2-2. Nobody on. Halligan, his 9th pitch of the inning. The pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll end the inning. But not before the Red Sox put 4 across. Baby Boston 5, baby Braves nothing. We'll be back in a flash.
Congratulations. You got on my nerves again today. Woo!
Okay, so here are 3 things that I think only America does. Now, the Red Cups are definitely an American thing. I've never ever seen them in the UK. I don't think they exist. When you're in America, they're in every bar, every home, every house party. They'll have Red Cups. Number 2, wearing footwear indoors. Now, I've been to a few American homes and they're completely fine with you wearing shoes inside. I don't know if this is just something in the UK we do, but we always take our shoes off before we enter the building. It surprises me every time. I mean, I still take my shoes off. It's just a habit. The last thing that I think only America does has to be taking your bank card from you. When you're paying for a meal, they will take your card away, run off somewhere in the back, put the price in, and then return with your card and a receipt. And you just kind of have to pray that they haven't added on an extra $100. We are taught back in England to never give your card to anyone. So this is something I think only America does.
Cheese dogs. Cheese dogs. That's what we have. You mean hot dogs? No, they don't want them. What is a cheese dog? I've never heard of a cheese dog.
The greatest home run hitter of all time, Hank Aaron, opens trading today at the New York Stock Exchange. And the market promptly hits a home run for investors. The Dow now up 23% for the year. NASDAQ, with all its tech stocks, up an astonishing 71% for the year.
Welcome back. Richard Fitz is coming in for the Boston Red Sox. Maybe Boston. 3.48 ERA last year in the minors. Man, he looks like a young, if it's possible, an even younger version of Bryce Elder. Right-handed pitcher, leans in and fires the ball inside. Misses inside, it's 1-0. Drake Bolden, the hitter, the 1-0 pitch swung on. He hits that hard on the ground, but it's an atom ball to first. First baseman will step on the bag. One away. So one down. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch misses in. It's 1-0. The 1-0 to Zabalas, the third baseman, takes it right across the belt over the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Fitz kicks and fires inside, just misses. That looked like to be his heat. 2-1. Braves still looking for their first hit of the day. They have reached via the walk a couple of times. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on, chopped foul off the plate. 2-2. If you're wondering about the Braves, we only have a few players in the top 100. prospects because most of our prospects have made it up to the big farm. You think of guys like Michael Harris, who've come up recently. It's the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss over the top. Looks like he just got a piece of that to stay alive. We'll do it again at 2-2. On top of that, now we do have guys that AJ Smith, like AJ Smith-Shawver, who are still technically considered a prospect. Until they get rid of their rookie status, they'll still be looked upon as a prospect. The 2-2, outside wide, ball 3, good take. But the main thing, if you read the scouting reports for the Atlanta Braves and you wonder why we are rated so low, the main thing keeps coming back is the 3-2 pitch. Just misses ball 4. So Atlanta gets another base runner, not a base hit, but we are on the bag again. The strength of the Braves farm system is being looked upon as their arms, not their bats. Consider we are really, for all intents and purposes, set. It's the first pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is rifled up against the outfield sign, and it's going to be into the gap. They're going to send the runner. He is just going to get in there for a bases clearing triple. That was good hustle coming around the bags. I didn't think he was going to make it, but Drake, love the Drake. He gets the Braves' first hit, and it is a RBI triple. Braves trail 5-1. He absolutely smashed that ball. Good base running by Sabalas. He doesn't look like he's got the fastest of wheels. He was cutting those bags and hustling all the way. You can make up for a lot of that if you're a good base runner, even if you don't have the speed. I think of Austin Riley. He's a good base runner. He's just not very fast. The first pitch on the way to Luke Waddell is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Waddell had 8 home runs and a 760 OPS in 74 games down on the farm last year. The 1-0 pitch swung on, slapped foul and out of play. Waddell plays all over the infield, but his true position is second base. You look at some of these guys and you just know they're never going to, Waddell's never going to supplant Ozzie Albies on a regular basis. The 1-1 pitch swung on, and that ball is slapped into left field, down for a base hit. It's an RBI single. Good piece of hitting by Waddell. Braves draw within 3. It's 5-2. Heard quite a bit about this kid Drake that's playing right field. Obviously, he's got someone by the name of Ronald Acuna Jr., the current NL MVP, in front of him. Man, he is impressive. Pitch on the way to Kilpatrick, another player that I've watched Kilpatrick quite a bit this spring. I'm really impressed with his ability. First of all, in the outfield, and he swings a good stick as well. So a 1-0 count. Righty, pitch on the way, swing, and pops that up. Let's stay in play, chasing it. It'll bend foul just past the dugout. 1-1. Be interested to see which pitchers we do get to see. It doesn't sound like we're going to get to see Waldrop. But the strength of this Braves, and they continue to do it. If you notice in their drafts, they continue to draft heavily with the arms. The 1-1 misses high, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. One on, one out. Fitz turns and fires it over to first. Keep Waddell close by. Kilpatrick at the plate. Benitez, the designated hitter, on deck. Bunnell, the number 9 hitter, is in the hole. The 2-1. Fastball right there on the outer edge, 2-2. I'd say the main thing they need to do to improve the breakout games, if you really want folks to lock into it, first of all, make them more accessible. Second of all, you gotta get some StatCast going on. The 2-2 pitch swung on, and that is going to get hit over towards the left side of the infield. Looks like it's going to be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. But not before your Atlanta Braves put a couple on the board. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Radio.
I don't have no friends because I like to be in bed. I'm for the sheets, not the streets, baby.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, would you mind doing me a favor and putting on your mask? That'd be awesome, man.
Why are you in my car?
Are you an Uber?
No, but you're gonna go with me now.
No, wait a minute, Jesus!
Listen, if you and I are ever on the phone and you hear me say some dumb like, hey man, I'm gonna call you right back. When you hang up that phone, just go on about your day. Don't sit around holding your breath waiting on me to call you back, because you'll turn every color of the rainbow right before you meet your maker. I'm not playing. You think it's a game? The best time to call my phone is text message.
It's hard to compare errors now, but I also think that balls are go a little farther. I won't say juice. Most of the parks are smaller, but players today are bigger and stronger than before.
The ball may be juiced and some of the players may be juiced.
I was trying in a general sense to call attention to the fact that this stuff just doesn't make sense. And this was the part that I found especially galling. People throughout baseball who pride themselves on knowing the difference between the split second it took Bill Mazeroski to turn a double play as opposed to the average second baseman, who pride themselves on knowing when a guy's arm angle comes down ever so slightly because he's fatigued in the late innings, who notice if a guy has moved half a step in or half a step back at third base. They didn't notice a damn thing when guys showed up looking like they'd been inflated with bicycle pumps.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Looks like Owen Murphy's going to be back out there on the bump. First pitch is wide down to the zone for a ball. It's 1-0. He's at 59 pitches. So I guess they're trying to get him stretched out a little more. Remember, these spring training, and especially in the prospect games, it's the 1-0 pitch. Just grabs the outer edge for a strike, 1-1. You're allowed to bring pitchers in and out of the game because they want to make sure they don't do any wear and tear on the arms. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Owen Murphy lets her go. Fastball misses high, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Rocks and fire, swung on, lifted high and deep into center field, going off the wall, playing it off the carom, and getting it back into the infield was Guanipa, but it is a leadoff double for the Boston Red Sox. Left that ball way out over the plate, right in his wheelhouse. He's fortunate to get that one back. Hit at the very top of the wall out there, a few more feet higher, and it would have been a home run. So a leadoff double as the Red Sox will pinch run. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Paulino comes in for York. The 0-1 pitch. Outside wide, 1-1. Yeah, Nathaniel, it's a little bit from column A and column B. But if Vaughn Grissom had a place defensively, he's not a guy that they would have thought about trading. The 1-1 pitch, down and away, 2-1. Remember, beginning of the offseason, everyone was speculating they could be trading him in a package to go get Dylan Cease. It really just comes down to the fact that he's a natural second baseman, and Ozzie Albies isn't going anywhere anytime soon. The 2-1 pitch, swung on, and that ball is laced into center field, going back and making the catch, having to double back after he started to charge in. The center fielder, Guanipa, good reaction to stay with it. It'll be an F8 in your book. So the Braves were looking to upgrade at pitching. There's no doubt about that, but had Grissom had a spot, a natural spot, they probably would have been less reluctant. Just knowing the way the Braves are, they probably wouldn't have traded him because they had so much control left. But what they did get out of Chris Sale is they got the Red Sox to basically pay for the entire season. The Braves are paying Chris Sale $1 million this year, and the Red Sox are eating the rest. That was a part of the compensation to get the highly touted Vaughn Grissom. And honestly, it's one of those things that I think it's a great trade for both teams. You rarely get that, but I really think it is. The 1-1 pitch on the way, the ball is dropped by Baldwin, and on the move was the runner. Head first slide into third. There will be no throw. Stolen base, 90 feet away with one out. Baldwin was coming up firing, just could not secure the ball. I don't think he would have gotten him anyways. He got a huge jump, did Polino. So 2-1. Swung on, popped up, high, deep into left field. Trying to make the diving catch is Drake. Probably better off letting that fall because he makes that catch. That's easily going to be a run. It's another one of those things you kind of have to learn. Definitely the talent is there for Drake. Remember, he's the one that got picked off at second earlier. But you got to let that fall because unless you're going to be able to catch that ball fairly shallow and charging, there's no way that you're going to make the play at the plate. Just saw how fast that kid is. Is Drake down? Now the trainers are out there looking at him. Hopefully he's okay. The trainer has a hold of his toe like he's stretching his calf almost like maybe it's just a cramp. We'll have to wait. He came up and looked okay. He started to jog off and started pulling at his leg. I can't tell if that was his hamstring or if that was his... But it's definitely his left leg that he was favoring. The trainer helps him up. I just can't imagine that they're going to continue to have him play. I don't know if that was just a Charlie horse because he does keep stretching his leg out. He's walking really funny. Hopefully it's just a Charlie horse or some sort of a cramp. So he will take an exit. Milligan, who we've seen before in spring training, will head in to play right field. He's hopping down the dugout. When he first got up, he seemed okay. And as he started to jog off, he started favoring, it could be his hamstring, but once again, that could just be a cramp. The 2-2 pitch misses high and out of the zone, 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Runner on third, one out. The pitch on the way, swing, and hits that high into left field. Fairly deep. This should score the runner. We'll see if the throw makes it interesting. Well off the mark, it will not. It's 6-2 Boston. There are 2 down. They're coming out there to talk to Owen Murphy. I think he might be done. He's at 73. Usually you don't see guys this far into the spring throw more than 75. So we are going to get a right-hander coming in. We'll introduce him when we come back. Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way from Gonzalez is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The right-hander digs in. The 1-0 pitch. Kicks and fires. Just grabs the outer edge. Nice pitch. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Comes set and fires. Changeup misses well inside. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Misses inside, ball 3. So a 3-1 count. Fires in the pitch, down and in, ball 4. Nowhere near the zone. That'll put a man on first. Trying to get out of this jam is Baldwin. Gonzalez goes back to work, fires the first pitch on the outer edge. It's 1-0. Baby Boston 6, Baby Braves 2, bottom of the 4th. The 1-0 misses high and wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Gonzalez comes set. Pitch on the way. Nice changeup right there. Just above the kneecaps. It's 2-1. The 2-1 from Baldwin. Rocks and fires. Runners on the go. Here's a high throw from Drake Baldwin again. Mercy. He threw that one into center field, and the runner will go from first to third. So he's had 2 terrible throws behind the plate, and then one that was right on the money that gunned down the runner just a couple innings ago. But the 2 bad throws have been wide and outside. Trying to get as much information as I can on Baldwin. Nothing's coming up on Baldwin. I'm sorry, Gonzalez. I think I said Baldwin. The pitch on the way from Gonzalez. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Remember, Darius Vines is also, he's on the roster today. I'm not sure if we'll see him. Dylan Dodd as well. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase that one down around his shoelaces, and that'll end the inning. Braves trail 6-2. We head to the top of the 5th in this 7-inning showcase of the top prospects for Boston and Atlanta.
Hey, can somebody explain to me why we can't even give away a used mattress, but we'll spend $300 a night to sleep on one at a hotel?
One of the things I really love about mine and my wife's relationship is the fact that she told me we ended up together because she manifested it. I love that, because nothing makes a fella feel better than knowing some she-shaman meddled with free will by means of witchcraft in order to find a mate. And unlike the rest of us, who have to attract people by earnestly flirting and by exercising caution in order to suppress red flags, this witch lit a sage stick and prayed to Venus for my weenus. And so there I was, sitting at a bar with my plentiful 20s, completely oblivious to the fact that I'm about to be blindsided by a Bette Midler spell that some date snake conjured up by doing crystal math and some Drew's my boo voodoo. And so I love my wife, and she is my soulmate. But I'll never know if it's me saying that or if it's some lemur demon who's got a hold of my boy loins just making me move it.
As the memory of the crippling strike of 1994 faded away, baseball's popularity surged, but rumors and suspicions about performance-enhancing drugs kept surfacing. Over the years, a few sports writers and broadcasters had tried to call attention to steroids' infiltration of the national pastime, but nothing was done, and doping became an open secret in the game.
I don't think a bunch of owners or general managers got into a room and they said, we got a great thing going here. Turnstiles are humming, fans love it, let's not do anything. I think what happened was when they were clued enough into what was happening, it was already too late without really getting their hands very dirty. Cleaning it up meant taking down the biggest players in the game. And that was an undertaking they weren't going to touch until somebody made them touch it.
Welcome back. Baby Braves trailed Baby Boston 6-2, top of the 5th inning. Benitez, the designated hitter, will lead off. He takes, that's Ogans that has come in to pinch hit for him. Takes a hack at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. It's on 1. The 0-1, swing and a miss on the outer edge. 0-2, chased, looked like that might have been a split from Fitz. The right-hander comes set, lets her go. Swung on, chopped foul down the third base line towards the dugout, nowhere near fair. We'll do it again at 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Fitz fires it, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one over his shoe tops, and there's one away. So coming up to the plate, that should be Bunnell, but they may be pinch hitting for him as well. First pitch on the way they are. That's Horn coming to the plate. righty-lefty matchup, the pitch right there at the knees. For a strike, it's 0-1. We've seen Horn a few times this spring. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chase that changeup well below the ankles. That one just fell off the table. It's 0-2. Fitz comes set, raises the glove, cocks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He's got that, pulling the string on that changeup. He has got that thing working. The prospect game in Detroit Stadium, Tigers versus Phillies. Detroit leads that one 3-1. Not that that's relevant, but it's always good to see Philly on the losing end, right? 2 down. Top of the lineup. Due up. Guanipa takes a hack at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swung on and lifts that. Foul down the right field line. We'll do it again. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Remember, once again, this is just a 7-inning game with the prospects. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the line. We'll do it again. The 0-2, high and out of the zone. Good take. 1-2. Tried to get him to chase the high cheese up top. The 2-2 or 1-2 count. Swung on, chopped it just past the pitcher's mound, deep into the hole at second. Going to be a 4-3 putout, and that'll be 1-2-3 inning once again for the Atlanta Braves. Braves have 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Red Sox 6-6-0 will be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball.
You know why no one's loyal and everybody talks? Because people need to get punched in the mouth again. It's crazy how a good punch to the mouth will adjust somebody's attitude.
Look at that baby there with all them big kids. Baby can't talk. Some babies can talk. Okay, up, come on, sit down. Up, come on, sit down. Where did you learn that at? From cool. From the TV, too. Stand up, turn around, sit down. You learned that from school. Uh-huh, me too. Who told you that? Did the TV tell you that?
In May of 2002, Jose Canseco, who would later claim that without steroids, he would have never even made it to the major leagues, retired from baseball with 462 home runs. He told the press that 85% of major leaguers were taking steroids. There would be no baseball left, Canseco insisted, if we drug tested everyone, but hardly anyone took his claims seriously. Then, a few weeks later, Sports Illustrated published a cover story by Tom Verducci, which described players taking a wide range of performance-enhancing drugs. In the article, former Padres third baseman Ken Caminiti confessed that he had taken heavy doses of steroids for years, beginning in 1996, when he had been named the National League's most valuable player.
And what really struck me was, first of all, the responsibility that he took for his own career, but also the fact that he had no remorse whatsoever. And that's when it really hit home to me that it was so pervasive in the game that given the choice, he would do it again.
Welcome back. Baby Braves trailed the Baby Boston 6-2, bottom of the 5th inning. In a 7-inning matchup here of the top prospects in baseball. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach. We've talked about him a little bit. Fastball foul straight back. It's 0-1. The 0-1 down and away, 1-1. He's one of the higher ranked prospects for your Atlanta Braves. Had a 2.49 ERA last year in single A. 55 strikeouts in 65 innings. The 2-1 from Schwellenbach. Swing, and that ball is laced into left field. It will get... No! Quintero's going to make the running catch. Nice play. I thought that was going to get off the wall. Instead, there's one away. He put a charge into that ball. Quintero, the new left fielder, was able to run that down. So righty-righty matchup now, and the first pitch on the way is a fastball on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and slices that foul towards the first base dugout. It's 0-2. Campbell is now the batter for the Red Sox. The 0-2 pitch, down and away. Good take, it's 1-2. When they first scheduled this game, I was hoping that we were going to get to see Vaughn Grissom, but he is on the IL, the groin strain. They do expect him to join the Red Sox big club at some point in April, as the 1-2's fouled off. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, laced into left field. That's going to get under the glove of the third baseman, down for a base hit. The batter slipped coming out of the batter's box, but luckily for him, the ball made it to left field, so he's on just under Sabalas' glove. 1 on, 1 out. Schwellenbach. I've been wanting to see this kid pitch. He's not known to have blow you away type stuff, but I heard one scout call him a pitcher's pitcher. First pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Ryan Hander comes set, kicks and fires, swing and a miss. Splitter over the top, 1-2. Boston 6, Atlanta 2, bottom of the 5th, 1 down, a 1-1 count, 1 on. Pitch is down and in, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch goes down and in, 3-1. The 3-1 delivery. Swing and pops it up. High in the sky. Bending back, chasing it behind home plate. And the hind catcher is going to miss the... Oh, my word. That ball was right there. It just missed it. I don't know if he just thought it was going to go out of play or what the deal was with that. The Tolve, who's now in for Baldwin, should have had that as an out, but instead the batter will stay alive. Full count, runner on first, 1 down, the payoff pitch. Fastball, guess they're going to say that missed below the knees. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but instead it'll be a walk for Schwellenbach. Runners on first and second, 1 away. You college basketball fans will get you caught up on the scoreboard going on with all the conference tournaments. Purdue leads Wisconsin with about 7 minutes left, 52-51 in the semis at the Big Ten. Auburn leads Mississippi State by 6 in the second half. The pitch on the way, swung on. That ball is rifled into center field. The runners were going, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Cut off by the center fielder, relayed into the infield. But a good hustle coming out of the gates by the batter is going to have a double, and the Red Sox lead it 7-2. Ball that should have been a routine single, maybe scoring a run instead because the runners were moving. You got runners on second and third, one down, and a run across the board. The Schwellenbach's getting banged up here pretty good. The first pitch on the way from Schwellenbach to the left-hander is way outside the zone. That curveball is nowhere near it. It's 1-0. The 1-0 swing and chop set foul towards the first base side. 1-1. In the MEAC tournament final, Delaware State leads Howard 56-55 late in the second. VC over St. Joe's by 2 in the Atlantic 10 semifinal. That game about 3 minutes left. You had an upset, a big upset in the Ivy League semifinals. Princeton loses to Brown 90-81. The 1-1 pitch just grabs the end of the outside part of the zone for a strike. It's 1-2. I was watching a little bit of that, and Princeton was a heavy favorite. They were down by 20 points at one point. The 1-1 swing and a miss over the top. It's 1-2. Or excuse me, he did get him strike 3. I thought he stayed alive. But instead it is a strikeout. He'll head to the dugout. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. The first pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is a swing and a miss strike. It's 1-1. The 0-1 pitch, down and away, 1-1. Nesson, the carrier of this game, is doing a terrible job letting you know who's out there. There we go. Blaze Jordan is still at bat for the Red Sox. They haven't shown who the batter was in about 6 or 7 at bats. The 1-1, tap foul off the plate, 1-2. And though I have it in front of me, it's not being updated because there's very few statisticians at this game. So for the longest time, in fact, they just changed it a minute ago. They still had Kilpatrick in left field, which hasn't been true for a full inning. The 1-2 pitch, high and out of the zone, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Thankfully, we're coming to the end of spring training. We'll be able to hit the ground running. Opening day is a week from Thursday, 3 p.m. against the Philadelphia Phillies. The 2-2 pitch, swung on, fouls that straight back. We'll do it again. Wednesday morning, 6:05. Thursday morning, 6:05. We are going to bring you the Seoul, Korea Dodgers versus Padres game. Those games count in the standings. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Schwellenbach gets out of it, just giving up 1 run. We'll head to the top of the 6th. The Braves trail 7-2.
Diabolical. Call the police. This has got to be illegal. Listen, oatmeal, cereal, bacon and eggs, biscuits and gravy. These are breakfast foods, okay? Don't you ever hand me a hot dog at 6 o'clock in the morning talking about, you want breakfast? Because I will feed you a knuckle sandwich for your breakfast, okay? I will punch you in your chest.
For those out there that wanted to know, I'm going to go ahead and address that.
I'd love to hear it.
Tyler Matzik was throwing 1,000 miles an hour. He was throwing rise balls at 1,000, and he was throwing it right down the middle, and nobody could hit it.
Never seen it like that. It was unbelievable.
Look, listen, I tried, y'all.
I remember you struck out, you hit your bat.
Yeah, you know what's coming. Fastball. That's what it's doing. And he was letting that thing rip, man, and it was coming in hot.
You're a rapper. You're mediocre. You're nobody. Rappers are nobodies. You didn't know that? They don't write they You don't make your beat. You look at a phone.
They came to an agreement about a drug testing policy that had so many holes in it that there was no way a player, unless he is just dumb as a rock, was going to fail under the guidelines that they set forth.
And that's been the question. Is it possible to have a renaissance and a calamity at the same time? It all depends on what your barometer is. What is your measure? If your measure is money, and only money, then yeah, it was possible because people in this game made more money than ever. But if your barometer is something more than that, if your barometer is integrity, is in having people look at you and believing in your sport, not just going to the games, but believing in your sport, then it's not possible.
Welcome back. I just saw your comment, Russell. I think Chris Sale's going to have a phenomenal season. The first pitch on the way to lead off the top of the sixth is swung on, grounded softly over to short. It's going to be a 6-3 put out. One away. What I don't believe is he's going to throw a lot of innings. I think they're going to bubble wrap him. Keep that in mind if you're in any of these playoff games. In any of these fantasy baseball leagues where you're thinking about drafting him higher than normal. They're going to protect him to get him to October in the MLB playoffs. The 0-1 pitch, swing and fouls that towards third. 0-2. Standing at the plate for the Braves is Tolve, who's taken over at catcher. Righty-lefty matchup. The 0-2 pitch swung on, chops it over to second. It's going to be a 4-3 put out. Quickly 2 away. They have kind of let it be known that they don't expect him to make more than about 20 to 22 starts. So you're talking about giving him extra reps, skipping starts down the stretch, that kind of thing. Top of the sixth, 2 outs. First pitch on the way from Fitz. It's a strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1 to Sabalas. Right there, first strike again. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count, and Sabalas will use this timeout. So once again, we'll be bringing you Wednesday and Thursday opening series, and we're going to do a doubleheader on Wednesday. We originally had it planned for Thursday, but we're changing that up to Wednesday because when we made the pick, as Sabalas caught looking strike 3, guess he wasn't planning on using that bat in this setting. He'll go take a shower. We will be back in a flash. Braves trail 7-2, heading to the bottom of the 6th.
What's your country's biggest flex on the rest of the world?
Well, as Germans, we obviously have to say world
Cars.
War. Cars.
Cars.
Yep, cars, definitely.
Here are 5 classic Gen X moods everybody should know. I'm too old for this shit. I do not get paid enough for this shit. I do not have time for this shit. I am too sober for this shit. I am too tired for this shit.
Join the country club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
America, you have been gatekeeping something from me. Why? I'm a Brit in America, and there's one thing in America that is the best, and Americans don't speak about it, because you don't want to give it away. You want to gatekeep it. Crushed ice. Crushed ice is the greatest thing to come out of America since Dolly Parton. Crushed ice is straight from heaven. It has been dropped from the pearly gates. Crushed ice is life. It is life.
I think fans have been able to compartmentalize their disappointments and still enjoy it the way they used to. And I think we have built up the same sort of sieve for letting experience through that we have with real people in our real lives. We don't expect them to be saints, and we no longer expect our athletes to be. We expect them to be the same range of people that we see in the rest of our life. And I think that one of the reasons that baseball has not only not lost popularity, but gained it, is as its flaws become apparent, it actually gains depth and humanity, even as it loses its fairy tale mythic qualities.
What's up, Braves country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Welcome back. Braves Red Sox 7-2 bottom of the 6th. Schwellenbach will go back out there. The right-hander fires the first pitch right underneath the hands for a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. So once again, Wednesday, Thursday morning, 6:05 first pitch. We'll have the Padres-Dodgers Seoul Korea game, the opening series. Those games do count. We're also doing a doubleheader of the day on Wednesday. 1 o'clock, it'll be the Blue Jays and Braves. The 1-1 misses down and in 2-1. 2-1 count for Schwellenbach. Pitch on the way, fastball misses, high ball 3. We were originally going to do the Thursday game, then we realized that's the beginning of March Madness. I don't think anyone's going to want to be locked into spring training baseball during March Madness. The 3-1 pitch swung on, rifled into right field. That's down for a base hit. Leadoff single for the Boston Red Sox. But I think what we will do, we'll try it out on Thursday. If there's enough folks that actually care about it, we'll put it back up for the weekend. For March Madness, we're just going to put a scoreboard up so folks can chat and react to the games. I'm not going to try to call the games because there's no telling what team you'd want to watch and all that nonsense. So first pitch on the way from Schwellenbach is right there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. And I'll be in studio working on more clips and everything, so I'll be chatting along with y'all. I just don't see the point of trying to call a college basketball game. But I figured folks would like to chat during the game as our brackets bust in front of our eyes. So 1 on, nobody out, the 1-1 count. Rocks and fires inside 2-1. I think this is one of the more level playing fields in college basketball that I've seen in a while. And I think you're going to get busted brackets, out the gate. The 2-1 pitch swung on. That ball's hit hard on the ground towards the 4-6 hole. Nice stab. It's going to be a 6-3 put out at his knees over on the right side of the second base bag. I believe that's still Nacho Alvarez. I'll have to check to make sure they haven't made a change. It is Nacho. I'm ready for that guy to be up on the big club someday, man. He's been fun to watch all spring. Schwellenbach goes back to work, runner on second after the 6-3 force. He didn't have a chance to turn that double play. Did a great job of making sure he got the force out. The 0-1 from Schwellenbach. Down and in, just misses 1-1. Schwellenbach fires the ball over back towards second to keep the runner close by. Takes Alvarez off the bag. Good play by Alvarez. Keep that ball from going to the outfield. He was nowhere near the bag on that pickoff attempt. The 1-1 pitch swung on. That ball sizzled down the right field line, but foul. Boston 7, Atlanta 2, bottom of the 6th, 1 down, runner on second. Braves will have one more attempt with the bats, as this is just a 7-inning affair. The 1-2 pitch, down and in, 2-2. So a 2-2 count. They're trying to get Schwellenbach through this so they don't have to use another arm. They want to see how far he can go, but he is at 39 pitches. So depending how far he is stretched out. The 2-2. Oh, man, you got to give him that call. They called that a ball, and that is unbelievable. He's not giving him anything, not inside or outside. That looked like a teardrop right there on the knees. Might have been a touch low, but considering where he's calling other pitches, something in that area has got to be a strike. The 3-2 pitch, fastball caught, looking strike 3. So he set him up with a couple of off speeds and then blew the high cheese past him. 2 away. Like to see Schwellenbach finish this off. See if we can do any damage with the bats in the top of the 7th. The right-hander comes set, fires a pitch, righty-righty matchup, fastball in on the fist, fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. Baby Boston 7, Baby Braves 2, bottom of the 6th inning. The 0-1 pitch, down and away, 1-1. Yeah, Nathaniel, I hated to see Vaughn Grissom go. I was just a fan of his. But it is, I mean, you get why they got rid of him. I just hated that that's who they had to get rid of. The 1-1 pitch swung on, grounded over towards third. Good scoop and flip. It's going to be a 5-3 put out. Nice defensive play to end the inning. Horn with the pick at first. And Sabalas, with the grab at third. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country Baseball. Join the Country Club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. Welcome back. Braves last ups here in the breakout game, as they're calling it. Braves top prospects versus the Boston's top prospects. We didn't see Herschel Waldrop today. We didn't see A.J. Smith-Shawver, who has been sent back down. Gotten roughed up a little bit this spring, but I still believe A.J. Smith-Shawver is going to be a part of the long-term plans of the Atlanta Braves. If he's not back up and contributing early this year, expect him some point this year and definitely build around him for next, along with Waldrop. Luis Guerrero is in for the Boston Red Sox. Guerrero, 157 opponent batting average against, fires the first pitch. Fastball, it was high and out of the zone, but called for a strike. It's 0-1. righty-lefty matchup. Milligan standing at the plate. The 0-1 swung on, popped it back. Foul. Will that stay in play? Giving chase. It will bend past the third base dugout and into the seats. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Righty-lefty. Guerrero lets her fly. Whew. Some heat right there on the inner cut. I don't know how that wasn't a strike, but Milligan will live to tell the tale. Adam Duvall, by the way, is in Braves camp. I don't know if he'll play this weekend, but expect him early part of next week. The 1-2 misses outside 2-2. Folks might have missed that, but I'd say most Braves fans are aware Adam Duvall is back on a 1-year, $3 million deal. He'll be platooning in left field with Kelenic. The 2-2. Swing! And that ball is hit hard and deep into right field, over the glove, over the head of the right fielder, and it bounced. It's a short porch out there. It mimics Fenway. And it bounced on the warning track and over the wall, so it'll be a ground rule double by Milligan. He put a charge into that one. I thought it might have a chance to get out. Adam Duvall was quoted as saying on Chris Sale, remember, they were teammates in Boston last year. He's one of my favorite. He's a dog. They got a good one in him. First pitch on the way from Guerrero's down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. They're saying Isaiah Drake may have tweaked his calf. So the 1-0 misses outside 2-0. There's nothing definitive yet. I thought it might be just a cramp because he got up fine and then all of a sudden it hit him. The 2-0 pitch just grabs the outer edge. Nice pitch by Guerrero, 2-1. Here's a funny quote for you Georgia Bulldog fans. The 2-1 pitch. Called for a strike at the top of the zone, 2-2. This is a quote from one of the writers. The best thing I've heard about Isaiah Drake all week long is love that kid. The only thing wrong with him, he's a Bama fan. I believe he's from Alabama. The 2-2 pitch on the way. Outside wide, 3-2. So a full count. Nobody out, runner on second. The pitch on the way from Guerrero, down and away, ball 4. So we got runners on first and second, nobody out. Our last ups here in the 7-inning game, top of the 7th. Righty-lefty matchup. Guerrero comes set, fires the first pitch, swung on, pops it up high in the sky. Shallow center field, drifting back and making the catch as the shortstop. He'll flip it back into the infield. There's one away. Chase one on the outer edge of the plate, and the slow bat turns into a pop-up. You got to figure what it looks like now is we're going to get Ronaldo Lopez is going to be the number 5 starter. I don't think that's the long-term plan. He only threw about 65, 70 innings last year. They're not going to put a lot of stress on his arm. But I think they want him stretched out, and that was always going to be the plan for him to leave as the starter and give the other guys a chance as the first pitch is fouled down by Keyshawn Ogans. It's 0-1. Ogans 9 home runs, 265 average last year at AA Rome. But Lopez gives you much more value in the back of the bullpen, mainly because his numbers over his entire career, as the 0-1 pitch drifts right there for a strike inside, could not pull the trigger. It's 0-2. He is so much more dominant as a reliever. He's a very average to below average starter, but he's got that high heat. When he can lean on that in the slider, he becomes very difficult to hit. The 0-2 pitch, caught looking, strike three. They throw it down to first. Do they double him up? They do not, but the Red Sox do get the strikeout, and the Braves are down to their last out. So you got runners on the corners now. Top of the seventh, 7-2 Boston. First pitch on the way, swung on and sliced down the left field line, but foul. It's 0-1. Our next Braves Country broadcast will be opening series, Wednesday, 6:05 a.m. first pitch. We'll come on a little bit before for a pregame show. Dodgers and Padres. We'll do that Wednesday morning. We're going to do it Thursday morning. Wednesday is a doubleheader planned with the Blue Jays versus Atlanta at 1 o'clock on Wednesday. Top of the seventh, 1-1 count. As that pitch misses high and wide. Runners on the corners. Tying run in the hole. The 1-1 misses wide, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. That plan that they have for sale for about 2022 starts. Expect somewhere in that neighborhood for Charlie Morton as well. The 2-1 pitch swung on, popped up, high in the sky, easily playable in left field, and that will end the game. So baby Boston beats the baby Braves 7-2 in a game where Atlanta really didn't have a lot to lean on except for Drake, who left the game with the minor injury. We hope to get an update on that and let you know about that the next time we talk. But the next time we see you, the Major League Baseball season will officially begin. 6:05 Wednesday morning, Eastern Time. We'll be here, and it should be a raucous crowd. I'm excited to see what this looks like. It's going to be Dodgers, Padres in Seoul, Korea. And remember, not only do you have the Korean-born Kim that's going to be in that game, but you also have a lot of Asian players on both sides, including, obviously, Shohei Ohtani and Yamamoto going over to the Dodgers. So I expect there'll be a lot of fanfare. Should be a great, great series, and I'm looking forward to it. In a game where I don't have a dog in the hunt, but I'm ready for the season to begin. An opening day, Braves, Phillies, a week from Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern. I believe it's 3:05 first pitch. We'll come on before then for the pregame show. And this year we're adding the postgame show with open phone lines. We'll see ya. Have a great one, y'all. Lineup for yesterday by Ogden Ash. A is for Alex, the great Alexander. More goose eggs he pitched than a popular gander. B is for Bresnahan, back of the plate. The Cubs were his love, and McGraw his hate. C is for Cobb, who grew spikes, not corn, and made all the basemen wish they weren't born. D is for Dean, the grammatical diz. When they asked who's the tops, said correctly I is. E is for Evers, his jaw in advance, never afraid to tinker with chance. F is for Fordham, and Frankie and Fish. I wish he were back with the Giants. I wish. G is for Gehrig, the pride of the stadium. His record pure gold. His courage pure radium. H is for Hornsby, when pitching to Raj. The pitcher would pitch, then the pitcher would dodge. I is for me, not a hard-hitting man, but an outstanding all-time incurable fan. J is for Johnson, the big train in his prime, was so fast he could throw three strikes at a time. K is for Keeler, as fresh as green paint, the fastest and mostest to hit where they ain't. L is for LaHoy, whom Clevelanders love. Napoleon himself, with glue in his glove. M is for Matty, who carried a charm in the form of an extra brain in his arm. N is for Newsom, Bobo's favorite Ken. You ask how he's here. He talked himself in. O is for Ott, of the restless right foot. When he leaned on the pellet, the pellet stay put. P is for Plank, the arm of the A's. When he tangled with Matty, games lasted for days. Q is for Don Quixote, Cornelius Mack. Neither Yankees nor years can halt his attack. R is for Ruth, to tell you the truth. There's no more to be said. Just R is for Ruth. S is for Speaker, swift center field tender. When the ball saw him coming, he yelled I surrender. T is for Terry, the giant from Memphis, whose 400 average you can't overemphasize. You would be Ubel if Carl wore a Cockney, but we say Hubble in baseball like football in Rockney. V is for Vance, the Dodgers' very own Dazzy. None of his rivals could throw as fast as he. W Wagner, the bow-legged beauty. Short, close to all traffic with Honus on duty. X is the first of two X's in Fox, who was right behind Ruth with his powerful socks. Y is for Young, the magnificent sigh. People battled against him, but I never knew why. Z is for Zenith, summit of fame. These men are up there. These men are the game. Lineup for yesterday. Ogden Ash, January 1949. Sport Magazine.